Hello there. I'm Trevor, and in this episode of Somewhere in the Middle, I have a major milestone to share with you guys, and I'm pretty excited about it. Let's go. What's this major milestone that I want to share with the channel? Well, it's something that ties into my teaching career, but has also been something that's a little extracurricular of my teaching career. Many of you guys have started following this channel due to the fact that I do trailer reactions, right? I'm a huge movie buff.
Huge.
Love the movie industry, have my entire life. I am obsessed with going to the movies, renting movies, watching movies, sharing movies, loving movies. And years ago, 10 years ago to be exact, I started film club here at the high school I teach at. Initially, I called this club the Cineast Society, a term that meant someone fascinated with film. A cineast is an enthusiastic, knowledgeable devotee of cinema. The term can refer broadly to an avid movie buff or film lover, as well as professionally to someone involved in the filmmaking process, such as a director or producer. Over time, this club has kind of moved away from the Cineast Society title and focused more so just on film club. That being said, it's still part of who we are and a big aspect of what the club actually is. It's not a club for people that want to make movies. It's a club for people that just want to watch, share, and enjoy movies together. So a big aspect of the club is sharing film with others. And like I just said, we just crossed our 10-year anniversary. I started this club 10 years ago, 2015, into the 2016 school year. And the very first film that I showed was Seven, David Fincher's Seven.
California, stay away from here.
Fantastic feature film. We fast forward to 10 years later, and we are now on movie 379. And the final movie we watched for this year, 2026, was Before Sunrise, David Linklater's fantastic film from 1995, starring Ethan Hawke and Julia Deploy.
If there's any kind of magic in this world, it must be in the attempt of understanding someone, sharing something.
You know, 10 years of watching movies with kids, 379 movies across those 10 years.
The first time I heard that number, I said, you've got to be kidding me.
That's a milestone that I feel like I want to celebrate and share it with you guys here on the channel. What are my intentions with this episode? Well, I'd like to share a little bit about some of the movies that we've watched over the course of these 10 years, some of the highlights, right?
Thought you might need a little warm-up.
Thanks a bunch. So what's the deal now?
I want to cover what the club is about and why I created it and how it's morphed over the course of these 10 years.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Also, I want to talk a little bit about its impact on me, as well as our campus and our campus life. This is a club that is meant to expand students. I don't want to say expand their taste, but it is to go beyond their confinements of their own taste, our own biases.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Film club is not about watching Ratatouille for the 5th time. I am trying to expose kids to movies they probably haven't seen, to genres they might not have chosen, to foreign features that they might not have picked.
I'm the master of the monsters.
I try to work against our own implicit biases within this film club. So let's dig in, let's talk some more, let's check out some of the movies that we've seen in Film Club dating back to 2015, the 379 movies. Join me as I continue to celebrate this milestone, talk about the impact this club has had on me and my campus, and I hope share a little bit of the enthusiasm that, again, I have for film and what is cinema. One of the first movies I want to highlight in a fact of that I early remember when I started this club, 2015. I think it's like the third movie we watched in club. We watched Back to the Future 2 on the actual date that takes place in Back to the Future 2.
On Wednesday, October 21st, 2015. 2015?
I think it was one of those things where I said to the club, guys, this is a historic date. What do you think? And the club went for it in the idea that this would be cool to watch Back to the Future 2 on the day Back to the Future 2 takes place.
The future. Unbelievable. I gotta check this out, Doc.
A bunch of those kids had never seen Back to the Future 1, and I was like, don't worry, you'll be fine. They were, right? You don't need to have seen Back to the Future 1 in order to understand Back to the Future 2, because Back to the Future 1 happens in Back to the Future 2 too. So let's talk a little bit about the genesis of this club and exactly what it is that I do with Film Club. Every Wednesday after school from 3:45 to 5:45, Film Club meets. I have specifically chosen a 2-hour window, so that limits me at times to not showing movies that are over 2 hours. If a movie's like 2 hours and 5 minutes, fine. But 2 hours and 10, 20, 30, I'm not showing those movies at regular Wednesday screenings because it makes the day go too long. Keeping kids after school is hard. This is one of the factors that keeps a sort of film club up and down as far as attendance goes. So there is a wide variety of how kids might not make it to club. Every Wednesday, 3:45 to 5:45, like clockwork, there is a movie that's going to take place in this room. How do we come about our ideas? Well, I wanted to work against kids' biases, our own biases. The whole, like, even when I was a kid, I don't want to watch that. It looks stupid. One of the things that I do in club is, in order to make sure that kids stay engaged or not using their own bias, we pick themes and concepts rather than voting for specific movies. What do I mean by that? So, November, maybe it's Family Month. Maybe it's Mental Awareness Month. September, oftentimes we do Spanish Heritage Month or Spanish Language Month. December, well, you can kind of guess it. Kids are probably going to want to watch stuff that has to do with the holidays. But it might not just be Christmas movies. We might do movies that take place at Christmas, like, you guessed it, Lethal Weapon.
Hey, you want to see crazy? Now that's a real badge. I'm a real.
It could be A Christmas Miracle, and then we're going to watch movies that have Christmas miracles in them. So the theme of the month is tied to an idea that the kids vote on. I usually give them about 2 to 3 different themes to vote on for every month. And then within that, however many Wednesdays there are in that month, I will double that and give them so many concepts. So let's say that there are 5 Wednesdays in a month. That means they're going to get 10 concepts to vote for. The top 5 concepts will slot our movies, right? So this last month, May, finishing up May right now, students voted for graduation summer break as their theme going into the summer. And over the course of this month, some of the movies that they got to watch or concepts they got to watch were The Last Day of High School, Wanting to Be Human, A Summer Job, and lastly, One Night Only. Now, in that sense, the kids do not get from me what the concept is until the movie starts, until we see it rolling on screen. Kids are more than welcome to guess, wonder, but I don't tell kids what the movie is. If they nail it and they guess the movie, I'll just say that's a great guess, but we're gonna have to come to film club to find out. And again, one reason why I don't reveal the titles of the movies is because I don't want some kid to say, oh, I saw that movie, it sucks. Or I don't wanna watch a romance movie.
I'm gonna call her.
Diane Court doesn't go out with guys like you. She's a brain.
Trapped in the body of a game show hostess.
Oftentimes, I get club members in here and I'm like, oh no, this movie's not gonna play well to a bunch of guys. And then it does, right? Because again, our biases are kind of erased in that sense. That's not to say that the biases don't kick in as the movie's watching, but if they're here, more than likely they're willing to keep watching that movie with me. One of my big things that I hold myself accountable to, no repeats. I have had a few repeats, but I try not to do repeats because it makes me challenge myself to watch and show movies to kids that are different in various concepts that tend to be the same thing, or themes that tend to, come around again and again and again and again, right? So in the course of 10 years, I've only shown six movies twice. Nothing has ever been shown more than twice. What are those 6 movies? Let me tell you. First one is The Matrix, a classic film. I mean, this movie changed cinema.
He is the one.
I remember going to see it with my wife. I didn't really know anything about it, and we came out like, we're in a new world. Legit, red pill, blue pill. Everyone that watched that movie, it changed their life. I've shown that movie twice, once in film club and a second time in a special event tied to Keanu Reeves. I'll talk a little bit more about special events a little bit later on. 100%, pizza! Second movie that we've seen, or I've shown twice in film club, is Train to Busan. One of the best zombie movies of all time, and also in that sense, once in film club, the second time at another special event. The third movie that I've shown twice in film club over the course of 10 years, Contra Tiempo. If you've never seen Contra Tiempo, I highly, highly recommend it. I don't remember what it means in English. Fantastic Spanish language film. If you've never seen it, watch it. It's wow. Great, great, great film. Fourth movie that I've seen or have shown twice, Misery. This is one of the first movies that we saw in film club way back when, in 2015, but was later shown at a special event.
And you better hope nothing happens to me. Because if I die, you die.
Fifth, Psycho, the classic Alfred Hitchcock film, not the remake. Last one, Stand By Me, Stand By Me has been watched twice. I think it was at the end of like our second or third year. It was like our goodbye movie for that year. We also just did this last year, 2026, the 40th anniversary, considering the loss of Rob Reiner, and again, 40th anniversary of that film. What a fantastic, fantastic film.
Mickey's a mouse, Donald's a duck, Pluto's a dog. What's Goofy?
So again, no repeats, and again, 379. So minus that, 379 minus 6, that means 373 movies I have shown that no repeats. Fantastic, incredible for me. Oh, I'm proud of myself. One thing that's been a big hit with Film Club are some of my special events. And of course, these special events are things that are not done in after, like right after school, Wednesdays, 3:45 to 5:45. These are usually after school events later in the evening, Fridays, oftentimes. We have a very special auditorium that I'm able to use. I have a great auditorium staff that helps me out. We project and fill up about to no more than 200 kids. I limit it to that. If it gets over 200 kids, it becomes way too hard to contain or hard to like manage, and it just becomes a nightmare for me, the programmer.
Bring me more.
My biggest event that I do every year, well, not every year anymore. For about 6 years, we did a all-night horror-thon, 12 hours of horror. Usually what I did was 3 double features across 12 hours. From 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., kids stayed awake as best they could in the auditorium, stayed up overnight from Friday to Saturday watching horror movies, right? We've had events or themes like same thing, no titles of movies are revealed. It's all just themes and concepts. So for instance, one theme may have been found footage, right? And then I showed 2 found footage movies back to back. Another theme, for instance, haunted houses. Our first year I can remember was, I think, haunted houses, and I showed Poltergeist and Hasu. Second part of the double feature was Survival, The Descent, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. And the third part was found footage. Wreck, the Spanish language zombie movie Wreck, and the Blair Witch Project. For about 6-7 years, I did this all-night horror-thon. COVID stopped it, and since COVID, I don't know, my administration has changed, and administrators are a little more weary about me doing an all-night event. Instead, we've shifted to either a double feature or a triple feature, and ending, before midnight, so the kids go home. But those events were amazing. I tried to bring about an all-day marathon. We pulled off one. It was called Keanu Fest. We did 6 Keanu Reeves movies across 12 hours. Instead of it being 9 p.m. to 9 a.m., we did 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. It was a fantastic event. The kids that came, it wasn't as big of a draw as the horror events. Our horror events, I'd get 100 to 200 kids. The Keanu event, maybe 50 kids came, but it was a blast. The year after that, we were going to do it again, and we were going to do Nick Cage as our featured actor, and we were calling it Uncaged. that literally was the year COVID hit. And the weekend we were supposed to do Uncaged was the weekend the world shut down. It was the weekend we all went into quarantine here in the United States. And of course, Film Club kind of did stop for a while. We weren't doing Film Club via Zoom. Once we got back going again, and once we got back on campus, it was almost the end of the school year. And what I ended up doing was a big senior night send-off for all the kids that had spent so much time in quarantine. We did a big senior double feature. And I think I showed Better Off Dead and Clueless for that senior double feature. It was a fun night.
4 weeks. 20 papers, that's $2 plus tip.
Gee, Johnny, I don't have a dime.
Obviously, we do a Christmas event every year in the auditorium. We've done Dia de los Muertos events. This last year, we had fun. We did a K-pop Demon Hunter event. That was such a big movie and such a big experience. I wanted to bring that to cinema, to our cinema here on my campus for kids to enjoy. And we had a great turnout. It was a sing-along event. It was a lot of fun. One big aspect of Film Club for me was trying to foster positive relationships with cinema and watching film. You know, movie going today or watching movies today is like they're watching and they're doing something multitasking. I want to foster the old mentality. We're watching a movie. Put away your phone, turn off the vibrations. If you need to take a phone call, go outside of the classroom and do that, right? Also, too, we want to discuss the film afterwards. As the credits roll, I model that we watch the credits and then we start to discuss. Early on, I model early things for them to kind of get into. How do I talk about a movie? Well, first talk maybe about the direction. Talk about the screenplay or the story and how it impacted you. Talk about maybe the writing. Did the writing feel normal? How about production design? Did all the pieces work for you? Did it look like the places they were telling you about? How did the actors do? Right? How about the cinematography? Were there certain shots that really stood out to you? I get kids to start thinking about movie in those ways as we talk about those various things. Obviously, we talk about the larger themes. We talk about the big moments of the movie. This scene did that scene did this. But we also try to dig in and talk more about the aspects of filmmaking to give them other avenues to talk about a movie rather than just say, I liked it or I didn't like it, right?
Any further insights?
I had insight, Mr. Hall.
I'm all ears.
I 100% believe life is for service. It's something that really matters to me, and that's the service of others. My film club, my class, all of those things tie into that belief of helping other people. I don't know, yesterday at the end, watching Before Sunrise and seeing my seniors, one of which had spent 4 years with me, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough to process that, all the growth I've seen this kid do, all the movies we've watched together, all the conversations that we've had about different films, and just to see the connections and the growth that this kid had made in this club, it meant a lot. This club is a really important deal, and I wanted to share that with you guys, the channel. If you're still here, you're still watching at this point, rock and roll. Thank you for being with me this far along. I really appreciate you coming along this journey with me. I know not all my episodes are trailer reactions or time at Disneyland or at Halloween Horror Nights or whatever it is that you came here to watch. I hope that this kind of gives an example of, again, what this channel is about. I'm somewhere in the middle of my life. I'm somewhere in the middle of my career. I'm somewhere in the middle of all of this. And this channel is that personal vlog of taking you along with some of these things that really mattered to me over time. Reaching a 10-year mark of showing movies to kids, 379 movies. Not all of them have been hits. Not all of them have had amazing moments. But I would say a large majority of my students walk away happy. The conversations that we've had, the things that we've done in this room together are pretty epic. So to all my film club members, anyone watching, I hope that you have someone that shares movies with you in your life. Film is an important aspect to help us learn about life, to learn about people, to learn about culture, to learn about society, to think about things in a bigger way beyond our own our own nose, beyond our own self. Our own self obviously ties into the things that we watch, but it helps inform us. And, over the course of these last 10 years, I have had so many students, hundreds of students that have come through club who have given me a different viewpoint on something. I truly cherish that time that we've spent together. To the kids that only come to my special events, that came to Killer Dolls, that came to my Trapped triple feature, that came to the Invasion double feature, right? That came to Dia de los Muertos special event. I hope that I spread that love for you. I hope I gave you and your friends some fun in those hours of enjoying movies. And again, continue to, in your own life, go out there and watch, share, love movies with others. It's important that we hold on to this art form and we cherish it for what it is. It's a tried and true medium that I do think, again, needs to continue and have a legacy in our world. I don't think that cinema is going to go away. I think it may change. I think we may not have the mega theaters anymore, and we might go back to the old shoe boxes, but cinema's going to live on. We may not have mega blockbusters like we did, but we'll continue to have movies like Before Sunrise that leave their impact. I am going to very quickly reference a couple films that really hit me hard. So let me see here. We got obviously 7, Misery, Back to the Future, Kung Fu Hustle, all huge movies in our first year. Silver Streak and Stir Crazy, the year that we lost was Gene Wilder, because we watched Young Frankenstein, Silver Streak, Stir Crazy, and See No Evil, Hear No Evil to start that school year.
I beg your pardon? My name, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
French Connection, On the Waterfront, Frailty. The year of Bill Paxton also was, this is our second year. And to celebrate Bill Paxton, we watched Frailty, Twister, Near Dark, and A Simple Plan. 4 fantastic movies to celebrate his life.
Oh, you?
There's just so many. Children of Men, Hereditary, Upgrade, Black Klansman. I don't know. I could sit here and read lists of movies, but Film Club has been an absolute joy to put on for my students on this campus, and the culture that it's created, the relationships that we've built, the conversations that we have. I'm never going to forget about them. I'm never going to forget the club members that spent time with me in this class, watching film, and the discussions we had. It was a blessing. So thank you very much for the time you spent with me and the time we spent together watching movies and sharing the love of cinema. I appreciate you. Thanks for spending some time with me in this episode as I cherished a milestone, celebrated a milestone, 10 years of showing movies to students on the campus I teach at, 379 movies, 373 non-repeat movies over the course of 10 years. It's been a blast. I can't wait to see what Film Club has in the future. And that being said, thanks again for watching this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.